to me balancing a frying pan on his chin. So he's doing that. I'm juggling. And the owner of the restaurant, Chris Morton, walks back into the kitchen, sees us, and just like his head just goes to the floor, and he just shakes his head and he turns around and walks away. Like as he walked into a literal
dick. I would be like so happy if I saw that.
he just walked into a literal circus in his kitchen. He just fucking walked away from us. And I will forever remember that. That was
nice.
One of the best moments of my life.
But I just finally got remembered of something that
you just got remembered. Huh?
Yeah, I did just get remembered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got reminded. What's the difference? What you just said.
Just fucking go ahead.
You and just needing to, man. If I fucking stepped on every time you misspoke, man, I'm just saying. Anyways, I was finally reminded of something that actually scared the shit out of me last night, thinking about COVID and all that, which I realized all the billionaires like tripled their money during COVID because of like, you know, policies and lockdowns and all that shit. And then I realized, you know, what's to stop them from realizing that COVID was very fucking good for their business? You know, like if we want to start talking about potential conspiracy theories, like I never believe in ones coming out of the government because like as batshit crazy as people get elected, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these people, like there's a cycle, you know, and they are elected by the public and they come in and out, but these billionaires, they don't fucking give a shit. And I wouldn't put it past a Jeff Bezos. Maybe Elon Musk I give a little more trust to. But like Bezos lost half his money in his divorce and now has more money than he had before his divorce. Like, and that all happened during COVID, right? So all of a sudden, I don't know, wouldn't it make a lot of sense, like for, you know, it to be in Amazon's best interest for another outbreak to happen, you know? And then you start to wonder about like misinformation and how much these variants are out there and how people are like in the Deer District watching the Bucks games and just gathering en masse, you know, when you know that only 40% of those people are fucking vaccinated, you know? So there's this huge like swelling of like just in general the powers that be pushing people like back into like regular society. Of course, we all want to get back to regular society as well, but everybody's just like, oh, it's over, it's going. And I just like started to think about it. Like, man, if there was one conspiracy, not to say that Amazon started COVID or anything, but like we just gave these people a very good business model of how they can take even more power. Because every time things go to shit, the rich get richer. And the poor get poorer. And this is like the fastest you can make it happen. You know, like the fact that a person could make like $200 to $300 billion over an 8-month period because people are struggling. I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't tickle Jeff Bezos' nuts a little bit, you know, and make him kind of go,
right. Yeah, I mean, that is an extreme case of supply and demand. I mean, when everyone is afraid to go out to a regular store and for obvious reasons, and then has to order everything online, and Amazon controls, you know, let's just say 90% of all online shopping. That's of course very good for them. So why wouldn't they want to perpetuate that?
Yeah. And I'm not saying they're gonna, it just, I don't know. It was just some crazy shit that just popped in my head last night. Like, holy fuck. If somebody like really, like if we really want to look at like where conspiracy theories might exist and who actually stands something to gain by it, which is always the point. Bill Burr does the greatest job of making those points of like, you have to look at what's to be gained by this, you know, and if nobody's gaining anything, like what's really the fucking point, you know, of this conspiracy. And that's where like it, for me, it gets so frustrating as somebody who does believe in like the government and doesn't believe in corporations. and believes that they're the ones behind all of our problems, not the government. Now the government enables it to quite a degree, and has allowed these businesses to get as big as they are. But like Jeff Bezos can't have the amount of money that he has without exploiting people. He's already fine with making people shit in a can and not have time for bathroom breaks and not like paying enough money for people to like survive and have like a life, so much that he took a bookstore and now is flying to outer space. So like he already's done that. Would it really be that reach to believe that Jeff Bezos might be sitting in his chair, and maybe not forcefully, like maybe he's not starting a lab to create the next virus to do this, but I guarantee it's crossed his mind. Oh, wouldn't another outbreak be kind of nice? Wouldn't that be kind of nice if shit kind of fucking, kicked back up again? And that, I don't know. I don't have a lot to tie that all together, but it just popped in my head and it just frightened me a little bit because it's like, those are the people. There's a conspiracy. That's who we need to be pointing our fucking fingers at, people.
Right. A tangible way I could see that going. Again, I agree. Like they're probably not. They don't have a lab trying to create the next thing. However, as far as like right now, all you hear about is what is the new variant, and our COVID vaccine is going to be able to handle this variant or that variant, that all these variants that keep popping up. So there's, that's a golden opportunity for them to exploit as far as like, well, this variant is still out there. So maybe like you still want to stay home if you didn't get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is good for this variant, but the Moderna may not be good for that. So if you got this vaccine, still stay home and maybe order online with free shipping with Amazon Prime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, not only can we give you all your products, we also stream movies and we make content. We do it like his hands are in so many fucking things too. And that's really what, even outside of my crazy, COVID, like it's not even conspiracy theory because I'm not saying they're doing it. I'm just saying I wouldn't put it past, the billionaires to think, yes, that was really good for us. Hopefully it happens again, so, but that just got me off onto the tangent of like, when you just look at, and we've talked about before, the extent of businesses that have been created out of Amazon. Like we just need somebody, and this is where the government does get involved, to stop this shit. You cannot start a bookstore and then end up fucking like running the internet, owning all the servers, like whether I'm happy they took down Parler or any of those sites, like that's besides the point. Like the fact that they have that power is the problem, and it has nothing to do with their main business. The fact that they have the money to create like Hollywood productions, like with TV shows, and then own all the rights to all this stuff, and it's not part of their main business. The fact that they're sending rockets to outer space and it's not part of their main business. Like it is pure fucking insanity. You know what I mean? That like nobody has said like, dude, you've gone too far, and like you can't just keep taking shit over, because when you have the amount of money that he has, he can buy whatever he wants. He could literally buy the NFL. He could buy every fucking team in the NFL at like $2 billion a piece. That's $60 billion, right? And he would still have $400 billion left over, or $300 billion, or whatever the fuck it would be. He could buy every sports league, probably. He probably could buy every sports league and have money left over.
Wouldn't it be funny if Jeff Bezos bought the entire NFL and it became the AFL again? But the A stands for Amazon.
Ah, duh. I was like, I knew there was more to that joke that I wasn't getting. Fuck, I'm glad he pointed that out. He saw the confusion on my face. I'm like, I know there's something there, and I just am not understanding it. Yeah, that'd be something.
Multi-billionaires buy, basketball teams, NFL teams. Do you think multi-millionaires buy, what do they buy? Like professional bowlers?
Disc golf teams. Like
Disc golf,
ultimate frisbee teams or
ultimate
lacrosse team. It's probably like lacrosse and soccer right now. Actually, yeah.
I don't know, like I was thinking they might sponsor just like professional bowlers.
That could be, yeah. Whoa, shit! That's funny you bring that up because I've been watching some shit with. Oh, so have you ever seen documentary now?
I have not.
That's okay. So since you have Pluto TV now, it's on the IFC channel
Okay.
like all the fucking time. And what they do is they do like a 30-minute parody of an actual documentary like that was made, and they try to get the real story of the full documentary squished into 30 minutes, but then they take like the eccentricities of the people that are involved in the documentary and they blow them up and just make them really funny. So I watched this one. It's got is it Michael C. Hall, the dude that played Dexter?
Yes.
Okay, so it's got him as one of the bowlers. It's got Tim Robinson from what's that name of that great sketch show? I Think You Should Leave.
I Think You Should
right?
Leave,
Is
yeah.
that what it's called? Yeah. And then the third bowler is Bobby Moynihan, who used to be on. He might still be on SNL. I'm actually not sure. I don't think he is anymore. But he was like drunk uncle and shit on SNL. That guy. And so they're each playing bowlers who are literal representations of this documentary of three. Well, it's about more than three bowlers, but there's like three main ones, and it's called A League of Ordinary Gentlemen. That's the name of the real documentary. And
Okay.
one of the people we had talked about recently, which I didn't know you knew about or any of these like people, but fucking Pete Weber, real bowler,
Fucking God.
the most ridiculous person ever to exist on Earth. I'm pretty sure this fucking
Dude,
guy.
I fucking
I'll let
love
you start
him.
from there. Yeah.
I fucking love him. Like I'm not trying to cut you off, but just that
No, I want you to pick it up from here.
well,
Yeah,
that video of him just like pointing and scolding to a non-existent member of the crowd. It's like, yeah, I see you moving. Quit, stop moving, stop talking, stop moving around when I'm on my approach. Who do you think you are? I am!
Get it right!
Yeah.
That's apparently, and yet I guess, because I then was reading a little bit more about him, I don't know, I shouldn't say that he said this for sure, but I think it's come out that it literally was an imaginary person that he was yelling at that was in his head.
Really?
Like when he was doing that shit. It was actually somebody he was like imagining to like fire himself up. Like, but he's just yelling about all this shit. But then you're leaving out, he also took the Generation X fucking suck it crotch chop and he made that his own like not signature because he didn't come up with it, but he took it and he started doing the fucking suck it crotch chop when he'd get like strikes and shit on the lane. And there's just this one great video of anybody, you look it up, you're gonna laugh your ass off. We already
Was he in fucking
it.
DX?
He comes off the lane and he said, yeah, motherfucking, I got it, I did it. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right. And
it oh man, and he's such a puny guy too. That it just makes it extra hilarious because he's such just a small man, and like, who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah.
That is the funniest fucking line I've ever heard in my. Who do you think from getting a strike in bowling too?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
I mean, I used to like bowling a lot myself, but I
love bowling.
Yeah, bowling's great. I mean, back in the day, I used to do it pretty frequently, but I mean, I think the highest I ever got was like a 260 or something like that. You know, and that's a humble brag because that's pretty good. But there's no way.
That's a good ass score. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I could get even close to that now.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever crossed 200. Like I always, my second game out of 3 is always the best. I think that actually goes for like a lot of people. You get the first shit game and then the second one maybe, you're kind of loosened up, things go better. And I've probably gotten like a 180 at some point in a second game, but typically, yeah, I'm like a 130, 140 kind of bowler, something like that. But I mean, I've only bowled once in the last like probably 5 years. anyways, I want to get back to documentary now.
Okay.
Off of that, like so we've already talked about like the real Pete Weber, and then there's this other guy who's like the